Are you thinking of moving to Longmont? If you are, you need to watch this video. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons of living in Longmont. I'll tell you right now, the best part about Longmont is the location. It is located close to Boulder, close to Denver, close to the mountains. It is an awesome location. That's my favorite part of Longmont. But I'm gonna leave the cons for the end, so you're gonna wanna watch all the way, because I'm gonna list 3 cons on Longmont that might change your mind and you might not wanna move there because of them. Hi, my name is Jamie and I'm a realtor in the beautiful state of Colorado. Now on this channel, we talk about real estate here in Colorado. We talk about the different cities. We talk about what life is like in the different cities, the pros and the cons. Today we are looking at Longmont, but I'll do other cities as well. That is what this channel is focused on. So if these are things that are interesting to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification to be notified next time I post a video. And if this video is helpful to you, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. It's going to help the video get spread out to other people who it might be beneficial to as well. Now I get calls from people all the time asking me what life is like here in Colorado. And I do my best to give them the honest answer, the truth to what life is really like. I try to help people make that decision. Maybe they decide not to move to Colorado. More often than not, we can find a place in Colorado that meets people's expectations and will help them enjoy their life here in Colorado once they get here. If that's you, if you have questions, get a hold of me, call me, text me, email, whatever. I will do my best to respond to you as quick as I possibly can and give you my honest opinion about Colorado. Probably my favorite part of Longmont, it's the location. And that has to do partly with the proximity to Boulder and to Loveland and Fort Collins, to I-25 and to Denver. It's well situated where no matter what you want to do, you can do it fairly quickly within Longmont. It's also nestled up into the foothills of the mountains. So if you like to get out into the mountains and go do some fun things, you can do it. That being said, it's also far enough away that you're not going to get as much snow. You're not going to have to worry about some of the forest fires and things like that. You'll never probably get evacuated for that, not in Longmont. And so it's just a great location. Now, another really positive attribute for Longmont is their job market. Partly to do with the location, being close to Denver and Boulder, and the fact that it's almost 100,000 people that live there anyways, it tends to attract a lot of industry. And because of that, we get lots of jobs. So if you're looking for a place that you're gonna have a good, secure future in the job market, Longmont may be a good place for you. Now in the world we live, maybe the job market in the town that you live may not be that important to you. Maybe you're working from home anyways. Well, Longmont is still a good place to consider because there are so many outdoor activities in Longmont that you can go out and go biking. There's lots of walking paths, lots of parks. It's close to the Rocky Mountain National Forest. It's close to the mountains in general. You can get up and go to some ski towns and go skiing during the winter. There's lots of fun activities that you can do outside. So maybe you are working from home, but you're looking for a place that has a lot of other things that you can do to get out and enjoy nature. If that's the case, Longmont is a good option for you. Now, Longmont also has a really kind of a cool downtown area. Down through Main Street, they've got lots of mom and pop boutique restaurants and shops and breweries. There's a lot of fun things you can do. It's very family friendly, so you can go down there with your family and have dinner, have lunch, go shopping a little bit, or just walk around and see things. It really is kind of a cool downtown area. And so that's another reason why Longmont is really quite popular. Actually sees quite a bit of traffic. And driving around in Longmont, you will find a fair amount of time stopped at stoplights or in some rush hour traffic. It does sit between Boulder and Denver and Loveland and Greeley in that area, Westminster. And so I think there's a lot of people who commute in and out of Longmont, which attributes for some of that traffic. But if you can't stand traffic, Longmont may not be the place for you. Now, the second downside to Longmont is going to be the nightlife. Now, Longmont has always kind of been known as more of a family-friendly city, and it's not one of the thriving nightlife communities. If you want that, you're going to need to go downtown Denver probably, or maybe even Boulder. Longmont is just not that place. There's quite a few parks and paths that they actually supposedly enforce curfews on, where they don't want people walking down paths past a certain time period. And so you kind of get the vibe and the feel that the city itself wants to kind of discourage that nightlife type of activity. So if that's what you're looking for, Longmont is not the place for you. All right, so the final con to living in Longmont, and that is the politics. Most of Longmont is within Boulder County, and Boulder County has the reputation of being very liberal, progressive, whatever you want to call it. And so you're going to experience that within Longmont as well. So if you don't like that, if you are more of a conservative individual and you want those conservative politics surrounding you, Longmont is probably not the place for you. There's other places in Greeley that would probably match your political position better. But if that's something that's important to you, just know that Longmont as a whole tends to be fairly liberal. Now, one of the best things about Longmont, and why I think a lot of people need to consider it, and that's the price point for homes. You're looking at the average price point with condos and everything being around the $475,000 to $480,000 mark. Now, for some people that may be, whoa, that's really high, but when you consider its location, where you have Boulder, where the average detached house is about $1 million, and in Denver, where it's super expensive, when you consider that location, Longmont is considerably cheaper. And so we see a lot of people moving in there because they can't afford to live in Boulder, but they like Boulder, so they want to be close to Boulder. Longmont's a great option for you if that's the case, because, relatively the housing is fairly inexpensive there. Now, if you are still thinking of moving to Longmont, I am putting a relocation guide down in the description. It's absolutely free. It's packed with information about Longmont that I couldn't cover here in this video. So go ahead, download that, and I hope it gives you more information and helps you make a decision whether Longmont is the place for you or not. Regardless, if you have more questions, please give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I would love to talk to you, and I would love to answer any questions you have about Longmont or Colorado in general.